There comes a point on this journey that you have to let go of everything that you know. And this is the final step. It's the most difficult step. Because as we are on this journey of self-discovery, for a lot of people, it feels like it's a journey of learning. And you're introduced to these new ideas, these new concepts, these new words like consciousness or awareness or beingness. And we're then told that what you are is consciousness, what you are is beingness, what you are is knowingness. Any of these words are just used to try and express, to convey, to speak about the unspeakable. But they're just words that are pointing to that which is actually nameless. So it's as if we get used to these words. Oh, he's telling me that I'm consciousness. Okay. He's telling me I'm beingness. He's telling me I'm pure experiencing. And what the mind does is it then uses that as a new identity. It merely just kind of switches the identity. Okay, I'm not a person, I'm consciousness. Okay. But that's just another belief. Now, what needs to happen is it's a total letting go of identities. That what you are is without identity. All identities are misidentification, because what you actually are has no identity. You are identityless. Identity comes from the root word to make the same. All identities are something that you are creating. Every identity is conceptual. So you see what happens here is we have a concept of ourself. Someone on the video is then saying something very radical. Seems like, that's a new idea. There's a concept I haven't heard of. It starts to kind of feel good. But then there's a grasping of that concept, holding on to that concept. It's just a new identity. It's just a new belief. And then what we do is we objectify that. So the word awareness is just pointing to that which is not objective. But if we take the word awareness for that which it's pointing to, then we see that we're actually just grasping just another thought, that thought being awareness. We just grasp it, hold on to it like another object. And this it's like a safety mechanism. I'll feel safe as long as I'm holding this object. But if you're telling me to let go of this object, which is who I currently think I am, well, I'm not going to let go of this unless I can grab onto another object. And I'll make the switch as long as I can hold on to this with my left hand, sort of say, and then grab the new object with my right. And once I feel like that's secure and it's safe to hold on to, and I got a good grasp, a good hold of that, well, then I'm going to do this. So at no time do I want to be free of objects. At no time do I not want to be holding on to, that I'm afraid of not holding on to anything. Because that might just feel like a free fall. This free fall into what may appear to be the void. Just this nothingness. See, the mind is always creating reference points. Who I think I am is a reference. And now this new subject that I might be really diving into, the subject of awareness or consciousness or beingness or knowingness, spirituality, truth, God, life, whatever it is, it seemed from the perspective of the mind to be just this, like a new thing, like a new object. Perhaps something just a little shinier than my current object. But this too, this last identification, the identification as, okay, I was just a regular person in the material world, and I'm really, really loving this spirituality stuff. I'm learning a lot, and I'm watching so many videos. Ooh, Nonduality, what's that? I'm really learning about this stuff. I'm really feeling like I'm becoming like a really spiritual person. It's this kind of shifting of this one identity to a new identity. It's like putting on new clothes. Just a regular person, now I'm a spiritual person. And I'm so spiritual now that some of these teachers on YouTube are saying that I'm the universe, or I'm God, or I'm consciousness, or I'm beingness. So now, okay, I'm this spiritual person that I feel like I've really peaked, that this seems like the next step for me is to go from a spiritual person to pure awareness, pure consciousness. But if it's just simply another concept, if it's just something that now I'm objectifying that idea, it's just another object. It's just another belief. That's all it is. It's just another belief. It's just like another, like, security blanket, like a baby. It just needs the blanket. It needs something to hold on to. You can't just be naked. You can't just be empty. You can't just simply be without any references. So there's this activity of always creating a new identity. And that activity of identification is the activity of the ego. It always feels like it's kind of respawning. And it's so sneaky because That's where it seems to be coming up as something else. And this is another activity of it, where it kind of disguises itself as this new awareness or consciousness. But it's entirely conceptual. It's not experiential. Because it can't be experiential while holding on to the concept. Because that holding on of the concept is what keeps you bound to this conceptual reality. It has to be a total letting go of all concepts. That all of that is just let go. There's just this, you have to hit this complete not knowing what you are, this complete emptiness. For it to be experiential. And unless it's experiential, then it's just a belief. So it's one of these last tricks, very subtle tricks that happen. And like I said, is as you progress on this journey, these tricks, these subtle delusions, they're so subtle. They're really hard to see, hard to catch. It's always like kind of in the blind spot. That even when you're getting, you could say, this close, very close. Sometimes even when you have an experience, it's quick to cover it up with the concept, and now there's the objectifying that's put over it. The conceptual filters put over the experiential reality. So it's one of those things to check. It needs to be explored. It requires complete honesty. But it's more of a, just like an invitation to have a look for yourself. Are you conceptualizing awareness or consciousness or any of these things? What if I just say, well, those words aren't even it? What arises? Well, it's not that either. What arises? Is it fear, or is it frustration? Well, then what is it? Because right now I feel like I got it. That's what people usually say. I get it. I get it. I think I get this now. That's that grasping. You're grasping onto another concept. I got it. Because the direct experiencing, there's no one to get anything. You can't get it. That's the paradox. You can't get it. As long as you're saying you get it, it's proof that you don't get it. As long as you say that you get it, it's proof that it's not experiential. Because when it's experiential, you realize it cannot be gotten. I got it. As if you captured infinity. Let me just grasp it. I think I grasped it now. As if you can grasp nothingness. As if you can grasp everything. You can't grasp nothing, and you can't grasp everything. So it's just an invitation to have a look, to see if any of this is going on. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.